everyone, and welcome to Chat with Nene Alice. If this is your first time tuning in to Chat with Nene Alice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comments. Viewers, today in our studios we have people who are, leading the planning of the African Day in Sierra Leone, and we're going to talk about African Liberation Day. May 25 every year is considered as African Liberation Day, and throughout this week we have been celebrating or maybe recalling people who have, struggled for the continent of Africa, and also to just remember them and, to give some accolades to some of the great work that they have done. So today in the studios, I have very powerful women who are here with me to have that conversation. I will start with Abigail. Abigail, can you introduce yourself?
Hello viewers, I'm Abigail Stevens, Executive Director, Center for Coordination of Youth Activities, CCYA, and also a member of Africans Rising.
I'm Emilia Kamajiango, the program's coordinator and co-founder, Women's Forum for Human Rights and Democracy, and one of the founding members of the African Rising Movement.
Yes. My name is Boejele Jallo. Hello viewers. I'm the Executive Director of the Foundation for Rural and Urban Transformation, a member of the Africans Rising Movement, Sierra Leone chapter.
So I want to welcome Una to the Chat with Nene Alice studio, and I want to say thank you for gracing our stage. Today we want to talk about the theme where we do use this celebration for this year. When the Africa we want, Africa for Africans. But at the same time, we also look at issues around climate change, food security, economic empowerment for women, and all waiting they go with Dandy. So I just want to start with Abigail. For let Abigail explain to me why we did Nayaso today for commemorate the African Day.
Thank you very much, Nene Alice, and happy for the this platform for discuss Chat with Nene Alice, for discuss about the purpose why we did Nayaso today, we for commemorate the African Liberation Day. So basically, the African Liberation Day is a day where we can always annually commemorate on the 25th of May. And the 25th of May is a day where movements, organizations, them individual, and they take action, collective actions, for make them able for raise awareness, for them able for unify them voices, and also for standing solidarities to see them where they issues them where they affect the country and Africa as a whole. So for we Nayaso, we always take action to the Africans Rising movement, where a movement, a Pan-African movement, where they seek for promote justice, peace and dignity, where Africans Rising every year, they celebrate or commemorate the Africans Liberation Day. But specifically this year, we decide say, we not just look at the day itself, but we also look at the week, when at the African Liberation Week, we mean say, for that whole weekday, where they start from the 23rd to the 29th, tomorrow, series of activities them or engagements then they where Africans them then going to take at the different localities them for raise awareness, just like where I may say. So for we Nayaso, we already Nayaso, we all a member of Africans Rising, because Africans Rising a comprise of people them when a member we belong to movements, organization, like I say, individual, and we all come together for form Africans Rising, because we believe in the vision of Africans Rising and the Kilimanjaro Declaration, where the movement they talk about. So as we did Nayaso today, we just done one of the activities them, where the week-long activities them will be done program for undertake for the ALW, the African Liberation Week, where the peace march and also the symposium. So for the peace march, we get members them, we march na the streets of Freetown, display messages them, where we believe say the messages then they go wide and far for make we go able for take collective actions, and most especially we leaders them, we African leaders them, when are then they would be. And we climax that peace march day with symposium, wherein we gather na CCSL na yaso for can discuss on pertinent issues then, with focus on the theme way we dey look at for this year, because every year we can come up with special theme where na dey be the focus of discussion. So for this year we theme na Africa for Africans. We get plenty thing them for discuss inside. It means say we as Africans, Africa na we own. We own Africa, and plenty other things the way anybody can interpret concerning the theme. So, and we get other issues then where they inside this broad theme where we also look at where they deal with women's empowerment, health, environment and climate. So all them things they are so now then we then are so we can also today where we discuss as a movement, as members, for make we able to see how best we go able for bring the discussions around, for make we go able for take collective action for the Africa we want, for build the Africa we want.
Okay, thank you so much, Abigail, you know, for that good, very good elaboration of waiting we did for NAYASO today, the African Liberation Day, and some of the events and activities there where we don't do for climax this celebration. I want to come to you, Emilia. You say you're a founding member of African Rising Movement Society. You want to share how it come about and so the things that we don't do as a movement.
Okay, sometimes in 2016, precisely inside August, we will get 3 people then from Sierra Leone, where go represent the country, Arusha, Tanzania, and then 3 people then there, Mr. Sila, Mr. Mohamed Sila, former executive director for ActionAid. We now youth commissioner, we now Mr. Golokata. And of course, you know very self where they work for that. You know, we go and Tanzania, Usai, different people them from all over Africa, they meet up. And interestingly, not only just civil society organizations them, you get people them where they be ex-members of parliament, we don't serve na different parliaments in Africa. We get people where na religious people them, we get people the way don't serve as politicians generally, ministers don't retire and feel say the need for come on board and work together as Africans. So we get that kind of convergence in Tanzania, and then we get different people that we talk to, we tell we follow we know waiting at the history of Africa, why we need to come back together as Africa. And one of the things that we come on at the Kilimanjaro declaration, first of all, why the Kilimanjaro? Because Tanzania and the Kilimanjaro mountain day, and so and the thing will take place. So the declaration where we pull from there, they will name the Kilimanjaro declaration, where we currently use. And some of the things that we stand out in that declaration. Now how Africans we go unite together. We get several issues that way they happen within the continent, but everybody they see Salone issue for be just for Saloma. Everybody go see the Guinean issue. We feel say you know they affect you. But how we all go come together when something happen at Sierra Leone, all other Africans look at and say, if this does start, now we don't begin to talk about coups then where they happen. If the coup start in Guinea and Sierra Leoneans say, this is not our business, we not connect, we not make, but one way or the other, it comes small and it will reach you. The issue of Corona, the issue of Ebola, where sicknesses then start, you know that other countries then, and other countries, other African countries, they say, this is not our business, not to inside, you know they affect you, you not get anything for do with you. But every day, every now, people they travel from one country to another country. So how we go see ourselves as Africans, come together as Africans, and do the things that what we will do, we not see with fellow Africans, like strangers. You know, that kind of respect we'll get for foreigners, the way they promote na Europe and other parts of the world. Why not give them those same kind of respect to we colleague Africans then? So these are some of the things that when we come out now the Kilimanjaro declaration, and then when we come back we say Golokata by then we take this thing so much serious with Mr. Sila and say this is not something we just go do na Tanzania, we come and just left us. So let we form this movement, let we get the Sierra Leone chapter, and then we get the Sierra Leone chapter where CCYA don't they manage very well and don't they take we, and since 2016 where we come back on to this time every year we celebrate the African Liberation Day.
Thank you. Okay, I want to talk to Auntie Jenny. you they head the People Power Movement Secretariat, and you serve the part and parcel of African Liberation Movement for Sierra Leone. What do you feel say the African Day they bring to Sierra Leone? It's probably commemorate every year.
The African Liberation Day, it help we for members say Salon not only stand alone, it dey within a region, it dey within a sub-region, and anything wey happen in our country they affect the other one. And that we all for able for join and begin for reflect on how we dey as a people and chart out how we want to see we safe and move to that vision day, so that the Africa way we want, what we dey aspire for, we go able as ordinary citizens, because Africans Rising Movement a movement for everybody, irrespective of who side you dey work and what you dey do. But it dey call we to attention, so that the thing that we dey do, we dey question, we dey reflect, and then we dey commit we self for do better. And as citizens, it dey help we for make we look at how we government dey perform, how we government dey include we in decision making, and how we government dey give we feedback regarding the work way then they do in terms of providing service, in terms of providing security, in terms of upholding human rights, in terms of ensuring that democratic principles, you know, are observed, and all other things that we will make we as Africans they enjoy peace, we enjoy fairness, equity, and justice, and then we live in dignity. When are the three things then where Africans Rising stand for? And so for People Power Movement, they associate ourselves with the African Liberation Day, because we believe say the thing that way People Power stand for, where we they popularize, you know, non-violent resistance movement, so that we young people, old people, citizens them go learn for approach issues them na the various communities them in non-violent manner, so that if we want for make we government do something for we get grievances, how for express that grievance day, which we want for make we government do for we, and which we want for resist even in we society for other people that way not to government but where they exercise authority control in a negative way in our communities, how we they able for approach them in a day. And so we believe say the People Power Movement they contribute for building the Africa we want if we imbibe the non-violent principles today, and at the same time learn for critique and hold duty bearers to account at all levels.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to come back again. We will get hashtag the way we all, you know, just for commemorate the day. I think say una know Lanaya, but I remember some of them. I know say Abigail, you be all one way they talk say we for stop environmental degradation. So why you feel to say we for stop environmental degradation? If you want to tell we briefly so that we all go know what their hashtag there will be.
Well, I think say environmental issues na key issue where na a cause for concern for Africa, not only Sierra Leone but Africa as a continent. I think say now not so things have been way you go make like history, but as we see on also presently with the film, the changes them we don't occur, the effects of we activities them where they affect now the climate change, they affect the environment, we get for deal with how they feel, what's done I also Alice something like na pump na open, they sweat profusely, all them things they also nothing them way they affect we as Sierra Leoneans because of the climate change. And how not so animal now we the motor man them, some of them we activities them all they do, man-made activities them now then they affect the way how the weather don't day, the climate day, when we for experiencing a season, we not go get some before than a different thing we see and experience, all of them thing they. And some of the activities them as well, oh they do just like where I say, where they affect the environment, thing they were supposed to do, where we they do or thing they will not for do now we they do. So then thing they na cause for concern for we Sierra Leoneans and also Africa, because climate change it is across, not so for only we, but African, the entire African continent themselves dey face that kind challenge dey. So I think say being that this year so that's now one of the area of focus where we dey talk on is very much important, because we able for sensitize the public as to wetin dem suppose for do and wetin dem not for do, in order for make we able for protect the environment and ensure say we get the right climate.
Emilia, I be see you old one where they talk about let we punish people the way they misuse the natural resources. Why you be all that kind of?
It's clear that the things the more we get right now, we as Sierra Leoneans not able to manage it. And we get people where they come out of this country, where they come in the name of investors, and not just they use and that kind of genuine way, so Africans or we Sierra Leoneans also will benefit from it. But when they feel cheated, when they feel say we get the resources, not the benefits from what we get. So it's high time we call on Sierra Leoneans, we call on Africans for say, let me make sure say those where they come na this now we country now continent for carry wetin dem not so they hold them responsible and pay for their thing. If they go for the give tax, let them give the appropriate tax where we make those within their country they get the benefits from it. But it's high time within a country and South Africa are the richest continent in terms of minerals, in terms of this, in terms of every other thing. But how we the benefits from those things? Now one big question what we get for the ask yourself.
Okay, thank you. As a general, I see you be hold something we talk about institutional framework for food security now in communities then. So I don't know what you want for elaborate. Just now some of what you mean so for adhere to institutional frameworks they will not commit yourself to as a country for now we will get food security.
Well, as a country, Sierra Leone believes say, every citizen get right to food. Africa for Africans, we know say we're not able to feed we. So I believe say this is not the time where even as how we focus on food security, nutrition security in the midst of climate change, we will begin to evaluate the extent to which policy strategies there for food security don't impact on how we are able to grow with food. It don't impact how we are able to manage with resources, natural resources. We are able for mitigate climate change and begin to develop, first and foremost, encourage farmers there, encourage cooperatives there, so that governments they critically look at ways where they're able to transfer, technologies, new methods of farming, where they make we beat climate change, where they make people they're able to farm and able to understand the weather changes and other things. If government not provide us support for farmers, then we will continue to be, particularly in Sierra Leone, we're not able for feeding. And I believe say food security is very important even for livelihood security. And without that one day, we're not going to say we don't develop as a nation. And we see how climate change, they really don't upset, how we don't upset the environment in a way that we're not able for plants, we tell them what we plant, the way we don't use for do, if we do them again, we're not going to get optimal, yield and even the variety. So there are plenty of things that we've been saying, governments can able for support, communities then, and I would refer to all of their frameworks there. And I think say this is an urgent call for me to pay attention to that one day. If people then are communities and we all are able to get with hand to not.
I want to say thank you so much today, really Atuma the ASO today. We don't help you for talk a little bit about the African Liberation Day and on the theme, the Africa we want, and Africa for Africans. And we hear some of the beautiful things the way they don't say. So I want to say thank you very much to Abigail, thank you Emilia, and thank you Jenna for this vibrant conversation. I want for wishing her a pleasant day. Viewers, if this is your first time tuning in to Chat with Nene Alice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send me your comments. Thanks and have a pleasant day.